Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and I hope you've all backed up your Sims 4 files recently because today a big update has just dropped. This is the pre-expansion update, which has actually come super early. Obviously, the brand new expansion, Life and Death, isn't coming out until Halloween, which is the 31st of October, and today is the 22nd of October, which is really nice. Hopefully, that means that modders can be prepared for when Life and Death does come out. Hopefully they can get working on their mods based on this patch, just so they don't have as much of a stressful time around a new release, because I know for modders and custom content creators that can be a terrifying time and people can be extremely demanding. We got the official patch notes. Beautiful changes await. We're summoning delightful surprises alongside the release of Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack. A hauntingly huge thank you to those special ghouls who took time to report issues via Answers HQ. Sims will react uniquely to others' deaths based on traits and relationships, experience everything from sobbing for a loved one passing to retching at a stranger's death. Not the retching. Stop it. I feel sick, like I could throw up. Ghosts can now be created in Create Sim from child through to elder. After passing, Ghost Sims gain a new set of needs in place of the classic. At the moment of death, Sims are now given the option to become a playable ghost or become a free roaming ghost. Upon the death of a marriage partner, two Sims married will no longer be married. They'll be widowed. However, there is a new interaction that will allow them to ask to stay married so they can reinstate. Oh, that's cute. Sims can woohoo with the Grim Reaper. The fact that it only says woohoo, I'm assuming they might have saved having a baby with him in the pack. Improved autonomous ghost behavior, such as reducing the frequency of ghost breaking things and creating annoying ghost byproduct. Added new outdoor picture category in build mode called Life Event Activity to help players find content for funerals, weddings, and more. Infant, toddler, child Sims taken away by social workers go to household menu. That was a fix that I didn't even know needed fixing. They're just like now not deleted from the world, which I'm so happy about. I wonder if that means that you can adopt them back. Added a new bonfire object called the Fieldstone Bonfire Pit to base game. There's an option on gravestones and urns to manually swap to the other one, whether you are indoors or outdoors. Before, it would always auto change when brought in or taken out. So for example, if you had it outside, it was automatically a gravestone. If it was inside, it was an urn. Now you can actually choose. We added 10 new true black color variants to 10 different base game shoes. My loafs were included in it, thank goodness, and these boots as well. We'll definitely check out the difference between the original. I will say these don't look true black, and neither do these ones. New base game content that's cross-compatible. If you have Get to Work, Vampires, Werewolves, Realm of Magic, Island Living, or the upcoming Life and Death, you can click on a Sim's urn or gravestone to choose from a selection of which gravestones to use. That Sim who wasn't a vampire but was a little too obsessed they had a Twilight phase that never went away, they can rest eternally with a bat-themed gravestone. So they don't only just have to have like the human one. There is now a merfolk urn and tombstone for players with Island Living, but when do they get skill tree? Give them that, and also plant sims, and then we can talk. Players can swap occults whilst in Create a Sim if they have the necessary occult packs. Players can create elder, dog, cat, and horse ghosts in Create a Sim with cats and dogs and horse ranch. Oh, because that's the only way that animals can die is death by old age. So you can make them as elders in Create a Sim and turn them into ghosts. That's so cute. Sims will not eat spoilt food autonomously, thank goodness. Plants that have enough water will stop dying. Sims will fully close their eyes, thank God. That one was creeping me out when they were sleeping with their eyes open. NPC Sims no longer enter the lot without knocking on the door. That feels fake, but we'll see. Skill books are now available at all libraries, not only just the one in Willow Creek. Modify career outfit cheat now works for the part-time careers. Cleared situations where build mode objects and houses placed with move objects on would appear in the sky. Vertical gardens now count towards freelance botanist. I can't believe that that wasn't a thing beforehand. Spellcaster animation runs less frequently in Creator Sim. Werewolf Sims, how less frequently? I feel like that's not gonna be true. You're creating sim and then you're like, oh, actually this hat is giving me vampire vibes. Let's change them to a vampire. And they will change to an occult without actually changing themselves. It used to be that before you even started creating them, you had to add an occult sim. I'm so glad that this exists. I did actually see my good friend Billy mention how there's a nice little gap there, ready and waiting for fairies, which I still believe fairies are coming sometime soon. And you can actually remove the occult if you want to. This also means that you can be a vampire. And then obviously we saw this little question mark in the life and death gameplay trailer, and I was like, what the heck is that? This is where you can pick a cause of death. Some of these I didn't even know were in the game. Made by a stink capsule explosion. I'm going to assume that that was with high school years. I never have experienced that death, I'm fairly sure. I have experienced the urban myth. However, if you are a vampire, obviously you already have like a skill tree, and we know we're getting a skill tree for ghosts in life and death. So, does that mean that your sim can then double up on skill trees? Ghosts are also available from any age, child or above. However, children sims only have 2 ways of dying in The Sims 4, and that is by drowning and also by fire. There is also the toggle ghost overlay on and off, so if you still want to dress them and you still want to be able to see what colors you can create, you don't even need to turn your screen black and white for the black and white create sim challenge now. You can just do it whilst being a ghost. I kind of want to do that. Random genetics, but everyone is a ghost. Coming soon to an English Simmer channel near you. Ooh, achievement ghostly from the get-go. Have a ghost join your household. You know what's going to be made really, really easy by this? When you have to have a full household of 8 ghost sims on console to actually get platinum. He already has his gravestone actually in his inventory. So this is Mackenzie's. You can display it as an urn. I've not seen some of these pass away. That's like the robots from Discover University. This is the mermaid one. So obviously this is the new one. I'm fairly sure that's the alien urn. And then these are all of the gravestones. So again, you've got the werewolf one. You actually got the one that came with Mount Komorebi, which is really, really nice in Snowy Escape. Again, the brand new mermaid gravestone. This is what it looks like. With the little, I can't remember what these are called, but on the back of them, that's so sick. I swear, my brain has not been working for like the past week. I am just on like overload. My brain is at full capacity. It still says spouse, so these two aren't actually widowed just yet, and it doesn't come up with anything that says that you should like be together. So maybe if it is already like a playable ghost, then they do just in fact stay married. And then to show you what the needs look like, if we go to needs, we have goo waste, which is going to the toilet. Ethereal sustenance. Ghosts need to ingest ethereal energy from food to sustain themselves. Have a meal, order a pizza, grill something delicious. Ghosts need to sleep to recharge. Spooky diversions. Need to indulge in fun diversions to keep their ghostly spirits high. Ethereal bonding. Ghosts need to bond with other ghosts or communicate with the living to maintain their connections to the world. And ghost sims need to use the shower or bathtub to cleanse apparition. I can currently currently only see that he can possess to break the plumbing and possess, which is usual for Sims who are already ghosts. But they do say that a Sim's death type can give them abilities, which I've never really played with that much. I'm assuming that that was already a thing, like within the game, and isn't new in this base game thing, but I don't know what they actually do. If anyone knows about what different powers they have from their death type, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'm not about to spend this video doing a whole load of that. Do we let one of these Sims take one for the team? If we go testing cheats on and then we shift click, oh no, but if we do kill, I feel like they kill us and not that Sim. So we're gonna have to take one for the team with one of the married couples. We should invite other people in though, so we can see maybe how they react to this. Paranoid and also squeamish. So I feel like she's gonna have a reaction and a half to her husband passing away. And then if we click, we can do confusion, cry, sniffle cry, stoic face, yell angrily. Those are our options that we have to react to his death. We're gonna have you do a sniffle cry. Matthew said I could not care less, actually. Awkwardly view it. Disgusted, curiously indifferent. Right, can you awkwardly view it? I want to see that reaction. We should also probably try and chat with the... That was awkward. He was like, oh, those were all awkward. I thought they looked upset, but they were actually just feeling pretty awkward. She didn't vomit though, which I'm kind of sad about. I really wish that she had vomited. Francis has passed away. Become a playable ghost. Remain a playable ghost. The Sim will stay in the household and continue to be playable as a ghostly presence in the current household, or you can become a free roaming ghost. This Sim becomes a ghostly presence around the household and in the world. They will no longer be playable. I assume that this is just what it always was, like before you actually added a Sim back to your household. So yeah, he gets removed from the family. We can obviously put him outside, and then we can add ghosts to households. So you can just do this straight from their gravestone. You don't actually need to have the Sim come and haunt you and then add them to your household. I don't know how you choose to stay married. Widow. Few things are sadder than when spouses are separated by death. Ask about the Rainbow Bridge. Was that an option that we were able to do before now? I don't have any mods within my game right now. We're also gonna discuss interests with him, ask for advice. Oh, she's like too sad to flirt with him. We can give him a gloomy compliment. Going well, my clientele is getting larger by the minute, but you already knew that. I asked him about his job. I would attempt to woohoo with the Grim Reaper, but she's feeling too sad to be able to do that, which is very, very unfortunate. And she's like that for the next 2 days. So I don't think that's happening any time soon. And now wondering if you actually have to have the physical ghost and for them to be playable to then ask to stay married. There's a new interaction. Maybe I should just add him to my household and see what happens. So then if we open her profile, it says that they are sweethearts. It no longer says that they are widowed. Maybe I should have kept him just like as a regular ghost, and then once he actually haunted, we would have been able to ask him to reinstate our marriage. We just aren't even romantic partners at this point, and we don't have the widowed thing, so maybe that's if you don't have a like playable ghost, but they do still like haunt, which I think is actually even cuter, that they technically aren't like interactable. You can't really do stuff with them. Marcel literally just vomited. Oh, is he gonna do it again? Now he is awkward. Yeah, you vomited at Grimm's feet. Instead of waiting for her to come and horn, I decided, why don't I ask her out on a date? Because then she's gonna spawn. And we can actually ask to stay married. So they do just have to be a free roaming ghost for this option to appear. But romantic satisfaction has begun, and I think if we go to open profile, we are now once again spouses. You've tied the knot, marriage is forever. You do get the options for like congratulate on marriage and like new spouse, but I feel like that's fine. It'd be interesting to see if we go arch right now and we get one of the wedding archers, because this could be quite a cute story to play through. You can't like renew your vows, I guess maybe because they're not playable, but that would be cute. You can fantasize about weddings. Maybe if they were both elders, we would be able to renew our vows, or if like the marriage didn't say that it was like new and they weren't like a new spouse, perhaps. Let's hop into build mode quickly to check out that new, there we go, life event activities. They're in outdoor, so it's a bunch of my wedding story stuff, seasons things, spooky stuff if you have spooky stuff. There are also like high school diplomas, because obviously that is a big like life event that your Sims can go through. Ooh, are there like nicer fairy lights listed in this? Because that would be such a nice way to be able to find those fairy lights. The Winterfest tree, so that's definitely much easier to find now, which I'm glad about. Also some like vampiric headstones that you can use for decoration, especially if you pick up life and death and obviously get graveyards as a lot type. Honestly, if I'm looking for something like specific that I know is in here, probably like the balloons and stuff, which by the way, Sims team, we need better balloons and we need better birthday parties in general, but you know that feedback from me. And then if we search bonfire, we should be able to find the new one, made from real stones gathered from a real field a long time ago. Don't ask when, it's not polite. Just ask it a very specific pop culture question that'll secretly give away how old it is. Oh my god, all the graves in the front garden. I'm assuming this just works like the same way. Oh my god, they can possess it. What happens if he possesses it and then we light it? If he gets there first, yeah, he's not going to be able to. Whoa! That's sick. Look at that possession. Oh my goodness gracious me. That's so cool. And then it like goes up in flames. And it lights it when he hops out. That is so cool. You can actually have a ghost permanently remove Francis by returning to the netherworld, which is when they actually don't even show up to like haunt your lot. I kind of wish that if you clicked on it, you could just send him back to the grave. And so you didn't have to have him as like a playable ghost if you didn't want to. But then you still had the option for him to haunt your place. I do think that should be an interaction that is added for ghosts. And then we'll also quickly just check out those new shoes in Creator Sim. I'm not gonna show them all off, but I'm gonna see some of my favorites that I know I definitely appreciate. So it's these boots, I think, that now have a true black, and this is what they actually look like before. So it's more of like a navy looking swatch. And then these loafers, this was the original, and then this is the more true black. I imagine these have come obviously because we are getting funerals. There's not really a difference between these ones, I have to say. And then actually my favorite feminine boots, which are these ones right here. This is what they look like in the true black. This is what they originally look like, so definitely more of a gray. I know I'm gonna get a lot of use out of those. And then some of the heels, again, this was the old version, this is the new version, but I never ever use those. However, good for players who maybe do only have base game and a couple of packs. Oh, that one is so different. Again, they've gone from kind of a gray to a darker black at least. Not a true black, I wouldn't say, on this one. Old version versus new version. And then let's add a dog. So before now, you could only have a puppy or an adult, but now obviously you can choose to create an elder, and then you can choose a form of death, but it is only death by old age for the dogs, which means that you can have ghost horses, ghost dogs, and ghost cats from Create a Sim along with the Sims. And there we have it. There's the base game update that came before Life and Death. I definitely think this means that we'll be able to have ghost powers as well as regular occult powers for those occults who do actually have the skill tree. Obviously, we will have to wait until we get our hands on with Life and Death to test that out. It'll be interesting to see how Sims actually do start reacting to deaths now, apparently that they do it randomly depending on like their traits or their relationship with the Sims. I feel like that wasn't really shown off to its best in this video. I do like that you can kind of direct it, which is unusual for me. I know I've said so many times recently that I hate micromanagement, but I think it's nice in the moment, especially as a person obviously who takes an awful lot of screenshots within their game. I do quite appreciate the fact that they have given us those options to override the way that a sim is reacting for our own personal stories if they see fit. I always think the default should be like based upon how your sim has lived their life, their relationship, their traits, all of that, and then you as a player can override it if you want to. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if I missed anything, but I think I covered most. I appreciate you all so much, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.